Hello everyone, this is Ming Zhong. Welcome to today's market analysis for the S&P 500 E-minis futures. That's for the session of 16th of June. In this video, I am going to show you the market recap on the last session plus the two trade reviews that I did in the M3 timeframe, which I will cover the entry, exits, and the rationale behind. One of the trade was initiated in the London session and one in the US session. Going forward, I will cover the bias, key levels to pay attention to, and also the potential setup for the session later, plus the current market condition update because yesterday I think we have witnessed a very important up move, and I think we should just take a good look and to see how the market will unfold from here on. So let's just get started now. As we can see in this daily chart of the S&P 500, so yesterday was a bullish day, and we have seen a very wide swing up. Says from the low at around 2930 all the way and close near 3060. So that is a really strong up move. And apart from that, we have seen that the volume has been picking up compared to the prior day. We can see that the volume is actually higher, and we have seen a much better rally compared to 12th of June as well. So that was actually the rally that I'm actually looking for a bullish scenario. So let me just get down to the H1 time frame to elaborate a little bit more here. So if you recall in my video yesterday, I did talk about the point and figure targets based on an M5 projection to around 2938, if I remember correctly. So this is very close to this line here. That's 2930. So you can see that during the London session, the S&P 500 actually just tested the target, and I think it just dipped below the 2930 level, and subsequently it just rally up. So I think at this point I will just consider the point figure distribution target has been fulfilled because that is the maximum target that I can calculate and project. So now I think you can see that subsequently we have a very nice movement up move here. So in the US session, you actually just have a little spring here. I think you can just look it clearly in the M3 time frame. But anyway, this first hour bar is actually a spring of the localized support area, and subsequently it just trend up very nicely, and eventually at 2 a.m. my time here, we have seen a spike up together with the volume. So I think that's responding to the Fed comments as well. But anyway, let me get down to the M3 time frame for two trade reviews that I initiated in a London session and one in the US session as well. So let me get down to here. Okay, right. So you can see that this is the M3 time frame, and this is the yesterday London session. So there was a gap down here. So we've seen a gap down and followed by a consolidation during the Asian session, and subsequently we have seen a breakdown in the European London session, and relatively strong sell-off here with some volume picking up. And after it actually hits the 2930 or 38 level, and it start to consolidate here. So I think that this level actually provide some good support, and you can see that a trading range was formed here. So this is the downtrend and followed by the automatic rally, and subsequently that's the trading range that we are looking for. Let me just draw this up a bit. Okay, so that's actually the trading range here. So it's from 2925 all the way to around 2945. Okay, let me delete this. All right, so you can see that I've already marked up my entry here. And you can also notice that So this is a really nice entry, because prior to the entry, so I actually this my long entry at around 2944. So that's right after this reversal bar at 336 my time here. But prior to that, you can see that while the trading range is forming, uh, after this reaction, together with the increasing of the down effort, I actually have a bullish bias, because you can see that increasing of the supply can't really take down the prior low here. In fact, it actually form a higher low. So this is quite a bullish sign for me, because increasing of the supply level, together we have seen really mediocre downward results. So in fact, it's just a higher low. So that suggests some kind of the supply absorption was going on around here. And subsequently, you can see we have a attempt to break out with an increasing of the volume as well. But this breakout actually failed. But the failure didn't really come with an increasing of the supply. So just look at the supply level, just decreasing, and it actually formed a last point of the support here. So that was a really nice entry for me. So just right after this reversal bar, I just enter long entry here. So I just at that point, I actually just immediately placed the exit level at around 2970, because if you look at the H1 time frame, 2970 was actually a resistance level, or you can call it an access line. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so 2970. So you can see that this is the swing low here, and swing low again, and this is the breakdown bar, and this is actually the supply level, or you can say the start of the selling at around 2970. So this is the supply zone coincides with the access line or the resistance level. So immediately after I initiated a long entry, I just placed the exit target at 2970. And fortunately, you can see the price actually just move up to my target. I think it's a very short period of time. So from here to there is 339 to around 450. So it's just slightly more than an hour. So at this point, I just exited my position. And if you recall my video, I did talk about potential short entry at around 2970, because I think that resistance level could provide some kind of the resistance. And if we see some price rejection, then I can just possibly short. But I didn't really initiate any short entry here, because I think the reaction is just relatively shallow. And subsequently, you can see that the price actually bouncing or camping just within this resistance zone here. So this is another confirmation for me. Just this level, or the resistance level, is not really that effective so far. As if it were that effective or strong level that as a resistance, then we should see rejection immediately, rather than a consolidation forming a trading range here. So that's the first trade done in the London session, and subsequently, while forming this trading range here, I think I have another opportunity to trade to the long side, because if you recall just now, I talked about this gap here. So I think right at the market open, we have seen a gap down. So usually we have a reaction, and then followed by a attempt to cover the gap. So I actually anticipate this kind of the gap covering trade. And once we break out from this range here, then I think we are ready to go long. So that's the US market opening. We've seen quite some volatile movement for the first two bar, the 3 minutes bar, rejection down, and then we see some kind of the support demand coming to push it up. So far I just wait for the price level to actually commit either side, whether it's up or down, and to break out from this trading range. But unfortunately, you can see that my entry was a bit late here. So that was my actual entry, because I actually missed out this reversal bar here. So I just would like to trade to the upside, because I think it's very possible and for the S&P 500 to cover the gap. So that is my plan. That's why I just chase the trade and initiate a long entry here with a relatively wide stop here. Just put my stop just below this swing low here. And there was a little bit of the scary moment when the price actually just dipped below my entry. You can see this is the bearish bar here, but subsequently you can see that a very quick recovery. Next bar actually just went up. So at this point I just let the trade run, but it didn't really have very strong momentum to actually cover the gap. So at this point, I'm around 11:20 or 18 my time here. I think it's pretty much late already. I just don't. I have just lost the patience to wait for further up move. So I just close my trade here. But if I have waited a bit longer, the breakout actually happened subsequently at around what's the time here? Yeah, it's about 12 o'clock my time here. So I think we can just wait until 12:30 or about 1 o'clock. Then I think it actually cover the gap at about 1 o'clock. Yep, 3024. Yeah, so my initial target was around 3024 to actually to cover the gap, but unfortunately I just lost the patience and was late in my end here. So I just exit the trade at around 3005. Not too bad for roughly around 1 to 1 reward to risk ratio. All right, so that's two of my trades done, one in the London session and one in the US session. And let me get to the H1 timeframe and talk about the current situation. Or maybe I should just start from the daily timeframe again. So if you recall in my previous video, or even the past two or three videos, I talk about possible trading range, or even a downsloping trading range, because of the sign of weakness formed on the 12th of June. But I think so far we should have a clearer idea here. So definitely this uptrend, or the whole move since the bottom of March, has been paused for the moment. So it will just go into a trading range, and the trading range that I actually anticipate should be something like this. So it actually should move within this range from 2930 to around 3230, somewhere around there. So it should just go up and down, and to resolve itself out from this range. So if we take this up move as a very strong uptrend here, and this is likely the buying climax, and followed by the automatic reaction, and the subsequent secondary test actually comes after, which is starting from yesterday. So this is what I actually anticipated. So my bias was to see this up move from yesterday to actually at least test the supply zone, or the origin of the supply zone at 3180. So in essence, I just want to see a test of this selling bar on the 11th of June. So, and I think it's likely that we could see some kind of the movement to test the swing high level at 3230 if we can overcome the supply level at 3180. And eventually then I think we should see some testing going on until it actually settle down for the volatility, and hopefully it can just breakout eventually to go higher. So my bias for the long term is still up. It's just that for the moment we're entering into a trading range to consolidate further and to build more courses so that we can just project for more upsides. So far, my trading bias for the day trading time frame is kind of like neutral, but I think we could see some opportunities to happen. Let me get down to the H1 time frame. What I actually anticipate was a test of the last hour bar. So that is the 2 o'clock my time, and there's a 3 o'clock here. As you can see, the volume spike. So I actually would like to see a retracement or a pullback to test the demand bar here. And subsequently, if it can bounce up, then I think it's possible good long opportunity here. Otherwise, if it just go up a bit here and show some kind of a rejection, then I think we can just initiate some kind of the short entry, because so far I think the resistance level that we are looking at definitely is at this swing high level here, 3120 here. So this is where the selling begin in the 11th of June. So you can see the selling actually begin here and just accelerated downward. So this is the first resistance level, 3120, and subsequently if we can break that, then definitely 3180 is the next important level that we should see S&P 500 to actually test that. But overall, I think for the support level, then immediately I will say is 3030 to around 3070, and I would just like to see how you actually react and respond to these levels. And subsequently, definitely if you want to look for lower support, then we can have a swing low here, 2930, somewhere around there. So far I think we are entering into a trading range. Long term wise, I definitely see some kind of the test to the upside target at around 3230. But short term wise, whether it will just go straight up like this, or you can just fluctuate a little bit, then we just need to pay close attention, because at the moment I think there's another possibility that you can just go back to form a little trading range here. So the range I actually talk about is something like this. So this is the range from 3067 to 2930. You can maybe just fluctuate a little bit, spend some more time here before you actually project go out to test a higher target. So far I think the bullish, I still have a bullish bias for long-term campaign, but short-term wise I think it's a lot clearer. We just wait for clear signal to wait to see whether the price can actually bounce up from the level at around 3030 to 3070, and we can initiate a long entry. So that's my bias so far. I think that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you like this video, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification for my future video ideas. So as usual, if you have any kind of the comment, suggestion, or trade ideas you would like to share with me, just comment it below. I will definitely reply to you. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.